Fulmer. So unless Fulmer, I don't know if a lengthy rest, this week is going to do anything for him. What is he on the season? Yeah, he's got a 4.5 ERA. Let's see how he is in his last three. Yes, over 6. So he's been getting rocked lately.
Yeah, I mean, the break came at a good time for the back half of the bullpen there, who's been out there, and I think you'll see BJ, definitely extended a little bit because of the bullpen. But we got some of those new guys that have been called up that we talked about. Workman and Beers. How do you pronounce his name?
Byers, I think. Yeah.
Byers and Workman. You'll see a lot more of in the next week or two. Fresher arms. People haven't seen as much. Weaker teams, and like I said, we don't play another team over 500. I think really above 500 until Philly at the end of the month. So, been an easier month, and we should continue to capitalize as we are banged up. But it couldn't have come out at a better time. I'd rather be banged up now than in September when we're playing these really hard teams.
Right. And we got Baltimore right after, too. So.
Yep, Baltimore and then Minnesota, who we need a little redemption from, and they're bad, and they might be selling off as well. So.
Yeah, I don't know what our home numbers are against Minnesota, but they definitely own us whenever we go there. I think they took 2 out of 3 at least against us earlier this year.
They did, yeah. We didn't play well there. They're 44-50 this year. Detroit's 41-57. Baltimore's 28-69.
Crazy.
I mean, there's really no excuse not to win each series. I guess Minnesota's a 4-game set, so if you split, I understand, especially being hurt. So, okay, I'll give you the split, but you shouldn't lose any of the series.
If David Price wins on Friday, that gives us 69 wins, which was the exact number of wins we had the Bobby Valentine season, and it's July 20th when we're at that point this year. So that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, super impressive. Cora's got this team working, and I don't think it's an analytics team. I think it, works. You look at the bottom half of the lineup and the work that he did. You look at guys like Mookie last year who only hit 26 home runs and now is going to hit almost maybe 40 this year almost. You think about, and you look at his his power, his averages back up again. You look at Bogarts, who was hurt, and now he's hitting for power though. He's not hitting 350, all singles. He's hitting 280, 285 at the end of the year probably with 20, 30 home runs. So he's the whole entire concept of the team is switched, and it's gone to resting the starting pitching and jumping on first pitches and hitting the ball, not only for home runs, just for power. He's trying to use that monster everybody. He wants JBJ hitting over there. He wants Bogarts pulling over there. He's changing guys' swings for power and adjusting to the league and not going crazy with it like expecting Joey Gallo numbers, which is, hit me 40 home runs with bat 210. Doesn't want that. He wants guys batting 270, 280, 290, hitting for power. And I love that. And I think that it's a big reason why Cora most likely will win Manager of the Year at the end of the season, unless there's a huge collapse from this Red Sox team, which I don't really see happening.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big launch angle guy. I just like good hitting. That we were the number one offense the season before last, doing just that. So, so that's kind of what I lean to. But the one thing I do like about Cora is, his bullpen management. And there'll be times where I'm like, I don't know why he's going to this guy, but fine, let's see if it works. And for the most part, it does. So I like that because the last manager sucked in that area. And with the analytics, the one area where we are kind of hardcore about that is with the defensive positioning and stuff. And you'll see the guys pulling the cards out of their pockets to see where they need to be against which hitters. And so that's good. I mean, and that, we're a better team defensively because of that. And you're starting to see a lot of guys line up right over at second base sometimes. And because so many guys are going up the middle.
Yeah, I love that aspect of it. And I meant analytics as we're not just these guys are going to all hit for power. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to manage the team. Like Aaron Boone, the Yankees. He's not managing that team. And when he
Right.
does stick his head in it, he's usually costing them games. So I just meant it as he's making a difference, and if he wasn't here, we wouldn't be doing as well.
Yeah.
I think.
I
Anyway.
like what you're saying is, he uses intuition,
Yeah.
in certain spots, and I like that as well.
Yeah, he uses his gut and his baseball mind, which he has two good things of. And then, defensive position, telling guys where to go based off of trends. Yes, that's smart. You have to do that. You'd be dumb not to.
Right.
But just, letting Giancarlo Stanton strike out 15 times in a row, but then hit 3 home runs in a row, nothing to do with management. You know what I mean? It's just, you're just out there. The team's set up. They're just going to play. They're not going to get any better. They're just going to see if they can continue what they did from last year.
He's really going to get tested, though, in the second half here. And, there's times where he'll send Bradley up, and, it's probably not going to end well, and it doesn't. And I'd like to see less of that, towards the end of the season when the games are really critical in terms of winning the division. So we're going to see kind of what he's made of. And we are kind of seeing him yank relievers a little sooner now, I notice. And that's only in the last couple weeks where some guy just hasn't looked good. He just pulls them out, and that's that. And
I like that. I think something Farrell didn't do.
Right. So maybe now we're starting to see it, but we haven't seen him outmanage anyone yet, so to speak. We've seen a little bit of strategy, with how he works his bullpen and whatnot, but the second half when he goes up against Francona twice and it's a pitcher's duel or whatever, and some small ball needs to happen or whatever. I think that's where we're going to see what kind of a manager he's going to be. I don't think I'm ever going to hate anybody, though, as much as I hated John Farrell. I don't think I'm going to. I might not like Cora. Maybe late next year I might have some Fire Cora hashtags. I don't think I will, but I mean, it's definitely not going to be any sooner than that. And I'm never going to, with Farrell, it was just nonstop. I just couldn't stand that guy. Everything blew up in his face, and that year we had Ziegler, who pitched very well as long as you brought him in a clean inning, but instead he would go to Tozawa, who just couldn't get an out to save his life. And,
he was.
And it was all because Kimbrel confronted him behind the scenes and in the clubhouse and was like, "Look, I'm not comfortable." Coming in with guys on. I don't think he ever expected to take Kimbrel's job away from him and be the closer like he was in Arizona. But I don't think Farrell appreciated the fact that this new guy walks in and tells him, how to use him. And there was even one game where I'll never forget this. We had a decent, I think it was a save situation technically, I guess, but Kimbrel had just pitched a couple games in a row. Ziegler goes in and gets 2 outs really fast. And then you know what happens? Farrell comes in and removes him and brings in Kimbrel for 1 out. Just to be like, I'll show you who's the manager. And that's one of the many reasons I just absolutely hate John Farrell. So, and I don't think I'll ever get to that point. I don't know if I'm going to like Cora like I like Francona, but at least it's not the other dumbass that we just got rid of. So, all right. Well, this might be the longest show ever. I guess.
It went well, and we had a lot to cover. We had All-Star break. We had preview. We had, a little bit from before, a bunch of trades. We had a lot of things going on. We had a giant controversy. It doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely a week that was no short of major headlines, whether it was on the field or off the field. So I guess we'll be back Sunday night. Is that a day game, actually? Let's check that out. I think it is.
Another schedule, but...
Yeah, 1:10 on Sunday.
Nice.
So, yeah, we could potentially have another early show. Because I'm here by myself, so I don't have to compromise with my girlfriend. So, so we'll reconvene. I think Austin will be back for that show, and we'll talk about what happened in Detroit.
Sounds good, Terry. Talk to you then, bud.
All right, man. Have a good night. Okay, well, I certainly didn't expect a near 2 hour show, but it was nonetheless. And for all of you that stayed with us through it, I thank you very much. I hope you enjoy it as much as we do. Sometimes I feel like I forget that I'm even recording. It's just like three dudes talking baseball, and I love it. So, I guess we'll just, like I said, we'll leave it at that. And if we take 2 out of 3, more power to us. We've only lost twice in the month of July, so it's been a hell of a month. So have a good rest of your week, everyone, and a good weekend while we're at it.
I'm a member of a Red Sox nation. It's a kind of a family. Wherever I roam, up and way home, that's where I long to be. I'm a member of a Red Sox nation. It's a kind of insanity. Yeah, I live and die with Red Sox pride for eternity. I make a smile November until opening day. Suffering baseball withdrawal around the clock. When April comes, hey, meet me down on yard.